first song.
Yeah. You don't have any shot of people.
Your phone's on silent.
Yeah, I got the angles down perfect. I'm so proud of myself. But you also have a drummer shot. It's kind of a wide shot with that has a little. I see. Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Stand by. Here we go. Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker. This is Red Barn Radio's 18th broadcast season, and tonight is Red Barn Radio's 684th live concert performance.
Brad, why don't you go over there for one moment?
I can't do that, dude.
I can't believe I did that. I can't believe you did that. The joy, the wonder. See yourself.
And cue. Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker. This is Red Barn Radio's 18th broadcast season, and tonight is Red Barn Radio's 684th live concert performance. Tonight, Red Barn Radio presents Jamie Suttle. Jamie is a Kentucky-born singer-songwriter whose roots reach deep into the rich soil of American music, from R&B to classic country. She'll tell you that the seeds of her inspiration were planted at a young age while singing in her church. We'll learn about this and much more on this evening's program. Please welcome Jamie Suttle and her band to the Red Barn stage.
Record buying, flag flying, blame it on your cheating eye and hide a glass honky-tonk girl. I'm a hellraiser, Jesus praising, ain't no stranger to the rainbow, ready to rock your world. Red dress, white trash, blame it on my roots back under the Van Der Hills. High head, low brow, baby, let me show you how good country feels. Yeah. Country music revival, old tradition survival. If you need a melody to save your soul, call Willie, Hank, Waylon, Straight, Johnny, and Jones. Yeah, amen. Let's hear the ladies make some noise. And for the mamas who raise their babies to be cowboys. Give me that old stage, always tag on the hat, a little dirt floor stomping, and you know where it's at. Turn up the fiddle and the steel. Country music revival, old tradition survival. If you need a melody to get you through, call Emmy, Lou, Kitty, Reba, Dolly, and June. Country music revival, country music revival. Ready for my arrival. Country music revival, country music revival. Country king of survival. Country music revival, country music revival. If you need a melody to save your soul, call Willie, Hank, Waylon, Straight, Johnny, and Jones. Thank y'all.
Good evening, and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to the music of Kentucky. WEKU is Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, serving Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.fm. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. Lex Arts, Lexington, Kentucky's Arts Council, creating a great American city inspired by the arts. Chef Greg Scott and Broussard's Delta Kitchen, featuring authentic flavors of New Orleans and the Mississippi Delta on Main Street in historic Georgetown, Kentucky. Broussard's is on Facebook. And AccuPrint, providing printing, design, and fulfillment. Online at accuprint.us. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and hopefully like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Hello, welcome one and all on the Red Barn Radio stage tonight with our guest Jamie Suttle, her husband Chris Suttle on guitar, Drew Phillips on bass, Tim Yanni on guitar, Dan McQuinn on drums, and Ben Pryor on piano and organ. Please welcome Jamie Suttle and her band back to the Red Barn Radio stage.
Thank y'all. Cigarette, a good woman, and a real cheap whiskey. Daddy called his demons out by name. He said, you kiss one of them, it just might kill. If the first don't give, the next one will. What shame, but what a way to go. You should have said no. You say yes. You try to let go, but pull it right back to your tail. Somebody tell me why the best things in life feel a little bit wrong, but a little bit right. Guitar strings, tight jeans, and a George Strait song. I'll bless your heart, but make you wanna rock all night long. I need a genuine moonshine southern rebel with angel eyes who loves like the devil. You should have said no. You say yes. You try to let go, but pull it right back to your tail. Somebody tell me why the best things in life are a little bit wrong, but a little bit right. Woo! I wanna eat what I want and gain no weight. I wanna run up bills that I don't pay. Should've said no, but you say yes. You try to let go, but pull it right back to your tail. Somebody tell me why the best things in life are a little bit wrong, but a little bit right. Somebody tell me why the best things in life are a little bit wrong, but a little bit right. Somebody tell me why the best things in life are a little bit wrong, but a little bit right. Thank you. So I feel like to some of the folks that are here tonight, and then also if you're watching this online or on Facebook, you might be thinking the same thing that I do when I come to shows like this, which is I love a good boy in a band. We like boys in bands, you know? Do you ladies agree? I see it in your face. You do. So I write lots of songs about that, and this is one. It's called Boy in a Band. Jagger's hips, Johnny's southern draw, still Tyler's lips, but Elvis had them all. He won't bring you diamond rings, but baby, that don't mean a thing. Once he started strumming those strings, God help me. We all wanna put in a band, but he wants all the girls, so darling, catch him while you can. Moves to his own rhythm, he knows how to use his hands. Honey, get yourself a boy in a band. Smoky rooms where all the ladies wait. Nothing we won't do to get up on that stage. Doctor, lawyer, millionaire, got no money, we don't care. If he's got a microphone and long dark hair, we all wanna put in a band. But he wants all the girls, so darling, catch him while you can. Moves to his own rhythm, he knows how to use his hands. Honey, get yourself a boy in a band. One, two, three, go! Hey, we all want a boy in a band. He wants all the girls, so darling, catch him while you can. Moves to his own rhythm, he knows how to use his hands. Honey, get yourself a boy in a band. Watch him bang those drums and you might start to understand. Honey, get yourself a boy in a band. Get yourself a boy in a band. Honey, get yourself a boy in a band. Thank you. This is a song called Devil's Due. She hangs her heart from a wrecking ball. Her halo sits on a shelf. And her song she sings about the weight of her wings. And angels when they fall. Her faith it runs on empty. to go around. The ones who matter left her broken and shattered, lost to never be found. Her faith it runs on empty. She holds her head up high, and she takes a shot of whiskey, gives the devil his due tonight. Her faith it runs on empty. She holds her head up high, and she takes a shot of whiskey, gives the devil his due tonight.
Thank you. You know, I'm a sucker for a good sad song. Those songs that you listen to and you just feel it in your gut. You feel the emotion that the singer was trying to portray. And I don't feel like anybody has ever done that quite like Miss Patsy Cline. She's one of my favorite vocalists of all time. I love the songs that she chose. And if you're a Patsy Cline fan out there in here, wherever you're listening, you might recognize a few of these words.
Every time that I think I've moved on, the radio tells me I'm wrong. You remind me of every Patsy Cline song, and I wonder if you're home alone, 'cause I fall to pieces, I'm so blue, I'm going crazy, 'cause she's got you. I don't need to find the words to say, 'cause Patsy was right. You can find me with sweet dreams and walking after midnight. I remember your hands in mine, the way you smell so good it isn't even fair. And like a record I'm spinning, but going nowhere. And I wonder if you still care, but I fall to pieces, I'm so blue, I'm going crazy, she's got you. I don't need to find the words to say, 'cause she got them right. You can find me in Patsy or walking, just me with whiskey and cigarettes. They burn like the fire in your eyes. Try to forget you tonight. You walk by, and I fall to pieces. I'm so blue. You're cheating hard. Hold on to you. I don't need to find the words to say, 'cause Patsy was right. So leave it at regrets and records tonight. And tonight.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, nice to have you with us on Red Barn Radio this evening. I have some, if you're just joining us, I guess I have some good news for you and some bad news. The bad news is that you've already missed 3 songs. The good news is that there's many more songs to come. So we're glad you're with us, and our guest this evening is Jamie Suttle. She's here with her fantastic band from the fair city of Dayton, Ohio.
That's right.
I think is where you all come. And before I go any further, Jamie, I'm sort of trusting my Hooked on Phonics training with the pronunciation of your name.
Absolutely.
Am I right on it?
Jamie Suttle, yes.
Excellent, great. I just had this fear all of a sudden that I was supposed to be saying Suttle or Sousley.
You know, at my reception at my wedding, I remember the DJ, we hired him because Chris was very adamant that it should be a friend of ours that we loved and had known forever. And he says it was cheap. That was why. Okay. Well, and so the truth comes out. Yeah.
And so.
And when he introduced us, it got really, really quiet. And he's like, and now the shuttles. And I feel like that's kind of been a curse ever since. So.
Well, I'm thankful I didn't do that. So I guess the subtle jokes are abundant in
Not
your
that
life.
subtle. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, we're not going to go there. No, I was.
And we have
I
dad
wasn't
jokes.
really
Look
imagining.
At my band. They've got the dad jokes if you need them.
I wasn't imagining that to be funny or anything. I just was, thinking, with a name like yours, people play with it the way they play with mine and others. It's great to have you here, and your music sounds great.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. We were super excited to do this.
Yeah. Well, just loving it, and your band sounds great. But you came here from Dayton, but you actually have some Kentucky roots to share with us. You came from Johnson County?
I am from Johnson County. I'm from Van Lear, Kentucky, originally. I have a lot of family still living in Van Lear. I'm from Webb Holler, which is a few hollers down from Butcher Holler, which is where Miss Loretta Lynn is from.
Oh, yeah. We've heard of that one.
Yeah, us Van Lear girls, we like our sad songs, and that's right.
And so how long did you live in Van Lear?
I was in Van Lear through grade school, and then I moved to Ohio in junior high.
So. And what had you moving to Ohio?
Actually, my grandfather actually passed away, and my grandmother was living alone. So we just decided to come up and stay with her.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people it seems like so many people from Kentucky and from even Johnson County ended up in Dayton, Ohio. I think the running joke is that they were trying to go to Wabash, Indiana, and they ran out of gas. So a lot of them ended up there. Yeah. But there are other stories, of course, about folks leaving Kentucky and moving northward. Absolutely. Yeah. And we have a lot of coal miners in my family, and so I think when those closed, a lot ended up leaving. So.
And so your parents still live up there?
My mom.
Okay,
my
your
mom
mom
is up
does.
there, yes.
All right. And so tell us a bit about Dayton. We always like to do a little Chamber of Commerce stuff on the show. We have folks who listen from all over the place and may not know that Dayton actually is a place worth visiting.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Dayton,
tell folks why.
I love Dayton so much. I joke all the time that we stay in Dayton because it's kind of in between a lot of the places that we love. Like in 5 hours, you can get to Nashville or Chicago or St. Louis, a lot of places that we love to go. But really, Dayton is wonderful because there's such a plethora of different types of music and just different types of people. I think it's kind of grown a lot even in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, and do you hear bluegrass and Kentucky music
Absolutely.
thriving
We're
up there?
actually here soon. The hope is, I think in the next month or so, I'm actually going to start doing a string of videos called Pickin' on the Porch because we have so many friends in Dayton. There's not a whole lot of venues that kind of support bluegrass and country around that area, but we just kind of thought we would get together because I have so many friends that love to pick bluegrass and country music. So we're just going to get together on different porches. If you're in Dayton and you want us to come sing on your porch, I guess just let me know.
Well, that's a nice idea. What other kind of things are there to see for folks who travel up that way? There's good museum. Or tell us. We're talking now to Chris.
Yes, this is Chris. How's it going?
Hey, Chris. Welcome, Chris, folks.
Yeah, so there's a big Air Force presence up there. So there's an Air Force museum that's amazing, and it's free to get in. And it's like we've been there many, many times. We've taken our kids there, and it's incredible. So if you ever get up to that area, it's worth the trip.
Yeah, tell folks what's amazing about that airport.
I mean, you've
about
got
that place, that base.
You've got airplanes you can get right up to from the beginning to the latest NASA stuff, World War II relics, planes, Memphis Belle, all that kind of stuff is there. It's really neat.
All right.
And I love airplanes, so.
Yeah. And so that's what brought you up there. I learned what brought you up there. And how about you, Chris? How did you happen to begin Dayton?
Well, I moved around a lot as a kid, and my dad was really good at his job, so I always got promoted. So I was moved around. So we ended up in the Dayton area because he worked for Corning Incorporated making glass stuff. So we ended up there and just ended up staying, and they've since moved, but I ended up going to high school and college there. And
Did you say Corning?
yes.
And so don't they have Elmira in New York?
Yes, we used to live up
location
there too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
They
right
just
outside
left
there.
him in Dayton, though. They moved. They just left him.
Yeah, I woke up one day, I was like, where's everybody?
And then so you finished high school up there.
Yes.
And you too? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, Greenville, Ohio, which is about an hour northwest of Dayton.
So you all didn't know each other
No.
back as far as high school. Where'd you meet?
We met at an open mic night.
All right.
I walked in. Yeah, I had gone to this open mic night. I had been going there for months, and Chris actually walked in carrying a guitar case with another band. And at that time, he had really long hair. And actually a toast that was given at our wedding, she talked about how he walked in, and all the girls at the table said, "Jamie, you're doomed to be poor forever because you're going to marry a guy that looks just like that." And here we are.
Hey. How'd that make you feel, Chris?
I mean, it's kind of what I expect. And might I just add that she hit on me. So
He loves
she
to
hit on
say
me.
that story.
That's my
It
one
was-
claim to fame.
It was a different night. It was a weird night.
So how old were you guys when you met?
I was
A few years ago.
a long time ago, 21, 20,
20-something.
20 something.
Okay, but did both of you go to school up there, to college up there at Wright State?
Wright State University.
Okay, yeah. Why'd you end up at Wright State?
I think for me, it was really important it was important to me, but it was very important to my family that I go to college. There weren't a lot of people in past our generation that had gone. And so my grandmother especially, it was very important to her that I get my degree. And being from, Van Lear, Kentucky, and then coming to Dayton, but kind of being on the outskirts of Dayton in a really small school, I was kind of freaked out by the idea of going to a university and being immersed in that. And Wright State is a smaller, it's just a tight-knit community. So I loved Wright State, and I ended up working there full-time now. So I just stuck around. Now I'm over in the theater department, and I love it.
Oh, you are? All right. Very nice. And what did you end up, when you think back to Van Lear, Kentucky, would you say that you can track your music roots there in any way?
I would say yes. I think for me, my style has kind of come a lot from my grandmother. My grandmother that I moved in with in Ohio, she was very much into Etta James and Sam Cooke, but she loved classic country as well. So I grew up with Patsy Cline and of course Loretta Lynn. But I think lyrically, a lot of my songs, I feel like I can trace back to those roots because I grew up in a family that was very candid about sharing your feelings and saying things that, I think singing things that you don't normally talk about or saying things, even if it's not pretty, putting it in your music because it's honest.
Yeah.
So I feel like I got a lot of that from my Kentucky roots for sure. And I sing a lot about whiskey and bourbon, and that also came from Kentucky.
Yeah. So, Jamie, the song that you last played, the Patsy Cline, the tune that references Patsy Cline in so many ways. I was looking for. Can you? Would I put you on the spot to recite any of those lyrics?
Oh,
Would that be hard?
Sure.
Would you mind?
I can
Yeah.
try that.
Because
yeah.
they're just neat.
Well, do you mean
Yeah, especially some of the a few lines that have the Patsy Cline
that
song references.
You know, that was one of those songs that I think everybody can relate to the feeling of that song. But that song originated in a honky tonk in Nashville. I had actually gone there with a few of my friends, and I was sitting, somebody had requested Patsy Cline, and so I was sitting there trying to think in my head a list of her songs, and I actually had this napkin that I wrote out a list of her songs, like what can I sing, what do I know? And then I started looking at the titles and realized that they kind of went together, and she was so cohesive in her sound and her message that I just kind of made the chorus there. So the chorus, every line of the chorus is a title of her songs. And then of course the first line, you know, every time I think I've moved on, the radio tells me I'm wrong. I feel like everybody can really relate to that in some way.
Any other lyrics to recite?
I don't think so. Do you want to recite my lyrics?
I'd love to, but you're the star.
I would love to put the guys on the spot. I don't know that they know any of my lyrics. Well, Tim has to learn some of my lyrics.
Well, yeah, he does.
fall
He's
to
over there.
pieces.
Tim's
He
over
has
there
to
singing
sing-
background vocals.
He has to sing the background vocals, but my favorite is to write really girly lyrics so that Tim has to sing it with me.
I got tall boots. I wear my skirt too
Tall
high.
boots, wearing a
Boy,
skirt too
that,
high.
That guy is really hot over there.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, I won't press any further on that one, but it's a wonderful song, and I urge people to go back and listen to it. It's really, really cleverly done. I really enjoyed that a lot. Has that gone a long way for you? Have a lot of people responded to that?
You know, I think that one probably more so than any that we've done so far. We did a really fun music video. Actually, we filmed part of it at Wright State in the big theater, which was really fun, and the work they did was beautiful. So if you are on YouTube, go to YouTube and you can search Patsy Was Right. Who doesn't have YouTube? Come on, guys. Get it together.
Yeah.
But you can research Patsy Was Right, and that music video should come up.
All right. Hey, folks, I'm talking to Jamie Suttle. She's singing these songs tonight, what she wrote, and she has a great band with her. We're going to get to know her more over the course of the evening, and also we'll meet the bandmates when I come back. So let's welcome back Jamie Suttle and her band.
So this song, this is our last single that we just put out. And this one was kind of inspired by those things in your life, whether it's a person or just a passion that you have that you love so much that you can't let go. Even when sometimes we get jaded by different things or somebody doesn't love us back the way we need to be loved. But you see a little spark of something and you feel like you have to run right toward it because it's just, you're always chasing smoke. And so this, hope you like it. You only love me when it suits you. That don't hurt me like it used to. You'll need me till the right one comes along. You only seem to want me when it's wrong. We took off and running when we saw a little smoke, but we never did learn. And just get close enough to feel a few flames, but don't get burned. Now I'm on fire, and nothing's gonna put it out. You can feel it in the air, nothing will compare. How your heart's racing when you're chasing smoke. When you're chasing smoke. You only leave me when it suits you, and that don't hurt me like it used to. But you'll need me till the right one comes along. You only seem to want me when it's wrong. Now I'm on fire, and nothing's gonna put it out. You can feel it in the air, nothing
just get close enough to feel a few flames, but don't get burned. Now I'm on fire, and nothing's gonna put it out. You can feel it in the air, nothing will compare. How your heart's racing when you're chasing. Smile when you're chasing. Smile. Now I'm on fire, and nothing's gonna put it out as the flames grow higher. Baby, we're brimstone bound. Thank you. So this next song is this is one I put out a long time ago, and this is about my first love, and I feel like, you know, when you're in school and you have your first love and you have no idea who you are, who you're going to become as an adult, you know, sometimes some loves end well, and this was one that ended on a good note. So if you have an ex that ended on a good note, this is for you. Trust me, this is the only one. The rest of them, you'll be fine. You'll be able to relate to the rest of them. If it's one hot summer in July, two clouds staring at the sky. We watch the colors paint the night. Your touch lingered on my skin, oh my. Remember to breathe in. I never thought that this could end. Some days I start thinking about you, how you been, my first love, my own friend. Still looking so good that it hurts. Still rocking that same damn t-shirt. It stopped my heart most every time. Never gonna be the same girl you knew. I think of you when it takes me back to another place, another time. I learned to shine when you were mine. We dance and sing our favorite songs. Each time I put those records on, I can feel you hold me tight. Your smile lit up my whole world when I said I would be your girl. We had a flame that burned so bright. I heard you've been doing alright with someone new. I only want the best for you. Still looking so good that it hurts. Still rocking that same damn t-shirt. It stopped my heart most every time. Never gonna be the same girl you knew. I think of you when it takes me back to another place, another time. I let you shine. Days seem slow when you're driving too fast. Down a dead end road, you know you better make it last. Days like this, you know you're not getting back. No matter what you do, the past is still the past. I bet you're still looking so good that it hurts. Still rocking that same damn t-shirt. You stop my heart every time. Never gonna be the same girl you knew. I
So this next song is this is one that I never know how people are gonna feel about this one. So we'll see. You're my test audience. So I'm a huge fan of women in country music. And to me, as far as being a songwriter, there's no one better than Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is like the best, yes. And I grew up listening to her music. I grew up listening to a lot of her songs, especially the famous song Jolene. But as I got older, the lyrics of that song kind of started to bother me a little bit, because I was raised to believe that if another woman can come and take your man, he was not yours to begin with. So do not chase him and do not ask her not to. Just let the trash take itself out. So this is what I think Miss Jolene would say back to Miss Dolly, and this is called Call Me Jolene. Heard you've been talking about me, and one doesn't take two kindly. Two, rumors I've been chasing your man. Three, is a crowd, baby, what you looking at me for? You've been telling tall tales, spreading your hurt all over this town. He done put you through hell, bedding every skirt for miles around. 2, 3. If it makes you feel better, you can call me Jolene. But if he treats you like trash, then sugar, he'd probably do the same to me. So I don't want to take your man just because I can. But if it makes you feel better, you can call me Jolene. You seem to confuse me with a kind of girl that come real cheap. B, weary of the company you keep. See, there's more to life than you don't really want to share. Better get mad like we do it in the South, 'cause nobody really gonna care unless you get mad. Stop running your mouth. If it makes you feel better, you can call me Jolene. If he treats you like trash, then sugar, he'd probably do the same to me. Now I don't wanna take your man, darling, just because I can. But if it makes you feel better, you can call me Jolene. Now this is gospel. Now Dolly really knew her stuff. Some girls play the game, they can't get enough. But is he really worth the tears he cost? If his eyes are prone to wander, then let him get lost. If it makes you feel better, you can call me Jolene. If he treats you like trash, then sugar, he probably do the same. So I don't wanna take your man, darling, just because I can. But if it makes you feel better, you can call me Jolene. give it up for this band, y'all.
Nice job. Hey folks, Red Barn Radio is brought to you with the help of Chef Greg Scott and Broussard's Delta Kitchen, featuring authentic flavors of New Orleans and the Mississippi Delta. On Main Street in Georgetown, Kentucky, Broussard's is also on Facebook. And Red Barn is also brought to you by Accuprint, providing printing, design, and fulfillment online at accuprint.us. And now welcome to the second half of tonight's Red Barn Radio program. Red Barn Radio is coming to you live from the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the great city of Lexington, Kentucky. Folks, welcome back Jamie Suttle to the Red Barn stage.
I promised y'all I'd get mad again. Circus where we live on a thread. I was blinded by the color, now I see only red. Red paint on his truck and red rage in his eyes. Red lights when he started to stay. Oh no. Could've drove away, but he started to think about begging him to leave at the end of his drink. Smile on his face when he started to blow. Better call the neighbors, cause it's time for the show. It goes 1, 2, 3. Gonna be a knockdown, drag out, junk out fight. We're gonna take it to the edge tonight. Keep your trigger loose and your gun held high. Nothing else matters but the red, red light. Drinking and the laying around. So one day she got to thinking about the pistol she found. Flew into the room, said it's time for some fun. She said you better make it good, cause you only get one. Knock down, drag out, junk out, fight. We're gonna take it to the edge tonight. Keep your trigger loose and your gun held high. Gonna be a knockdown, drag out, junk out, fight. We're gonna take it to the edge tonight. Keep your trigger loose and your gun held high. Nothing else matters but the red, red light. Drank it all away and crossed every line. She paid the price too many times. Welcome to the circus where we live on a thread. I was blinded by the color, now I see only red. Help is on the way with the siren and all, but they're gonna be too late cause he's heard his last call. Gonna be a knockdown, drag out, junk out, fight. We're gonna take it to the edge tonight. Keep your trigger loose and your gun held high. Gonna be a knockdown, drag out, junk out, fight. We're gonna take it to the edge tonight. Keep your trigger loose and your gun held high. Nothing else matters but the red, red light. Thank you. So yeah, I write a lot of the songs. Well, all of the songs that I've written that we're doing today, I wrote with these guys. This next song is special to me because I wrote it with my hubby over here with the pretty green guitar, green Reverend guitar. And actually, well, I guess he might be mad at me for saying this. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. So when he came to me with the guitar part for this song, he said, I have this in my mind, and I just feel like this could be like a real like sexy song. Like this could be a great love song, this is great, and we could write it together. And then I think we got in an argument that next day. What? So that doesn't sound like it at all. And so I feel like I kind of wrote this out of spite, but it turned out well, so this is called Wasting Time on You. I could roll the windows down, and I could find another place. I always love the chase, but I would die on the run, asking God why you're there. But I'll be wasting time on you. I'll be breaking my heart into you. Let me go like you always do, but I'll be holding out for you. I could drink a bottle dry, but I'd be waiting on the whiskey, drowning in the mist. You kiss me, and I could lie to myself, saying I love someone else. But I'll be wasting time on you. I'll be breaking my heart into you. Let me go like you always do, but I'll be holding out for you. I'll be wasting time on you. I'll be breaking my heart into you. Let me down like you always do, but I'll be holding out for you. I can write 1,000 songs, but I'd be drowning in the lines you gave me, waiting on the words to save me. Thank you. So this next song is this is one that's very important to me because as a writer, you get inspiration from all different types of places, whether it's your own personal experience or people that you love telling you about their situations and you want to write about it. This song, I actually wrote this for my little girl. Her name is Alice, and I think she's watching on Facebook. So, hey, Alice. When she was born, you know, we had a lot of nights where she was crying constantly. And this was one of the songs that I would hum to her. And so this was kind of a lullaby I wrote for her. It's called Million Miles. The big bad wolf started to walk the line for the pretty pale moon stars in her eyes. They had a pocket full of dreams, but none of them turned out right. So the big bad wolf walks alone tonight. Was a little too late and a little too far. He knew her every curve and every scar. She had a red hot temper and a mean cold shoulder. He was jealous of the night that got to hold her. And there was something about her, he couldn't look away. Knowing he never touched her, he loved her anyway. And now he's drowning in the words he'll never say. And so he cries through the night a million miles away. Oh. Face and a devilish grin. He was made for her and she was made for him. And though we couldn't quite see her till the lights go dim, now the world sees her but she sees only him. And there was something about him, she couldn't look away. Knowing she never touched him, she loved him anyway. And now they're drowning in the words she'll never say. And so she shines through the night a million miles away. There was something about him, she couldn't look away. Knowing he never touched her, he loved her anyway. And now they're drowning, they'll never be the same. And so they cry through the night a million miles away. Oh. Thank you. You know, I have to give it up for my husband because after I think I made him mad, so this is going to make up for it. So I have to give it up for him because, you know, when I come up with some of these song ideas and just crazy ideas with music or life or whatever, he's always the person who says, you know, I said, I'm writing a song about the wolf and the moon. That's real lame. But I was so tired at the time. I was like, is that lame? And he goes, no, James, like, no, I think you really need to stick with it. So he's always the supporter of all my crazy thoughts and ideas. So give it up for Chris.
Hey, Chris.
He's the biggest reason that we're here tonight, to be honest.
That was really a lovely song, Jamie.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really beautiful, as are so many of your tunes. So Dolly Parton, huge.
Amen.
Huge influence.
I have an amen for that.
For you, yeah.
Yes.
And I think so many people learned so much about Dolly from the Ken Burns country music. I had no idea that she'd written 3,000 songs.
Oh, yeah. She's
I mean,
incredible.
it's ridiculous, including ones that we wouldn't even associate with a country singer, right?
Absolutely.
The Whitney Houston tune.
I Will Always Love You.
I was, yeah, I had no idea that was a Dolly Parton tune until that night when I Googled it watching that show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
Well, that's like
great.
Crazy by Patsy Cline was written by Willie Nelson. A lot of people don't realize that.
That's right.
He wrote
And did
beautiful
you
ballads.
And do you remember the rest of the story from the show about that?
I don't remember.
Oh gosh. So Willie Nelson originally took that song to the publisher, and it was called "Stupid."
I love it.
Not crazy.
I
And
wanna
they
start
said
singing.
to him, "No, it just doesn't work. You know, stupid for feeling so lonely." And they said, "You gotta come up with another word," and they changed it. But it was called "Stupid"
I love
originally.
that.
Yeah. I'm stupid.
But if he were singing it, then he would rock that. I feel like he would rock it.
Stupid
Just
Yeah, right. So why don't you take a moment, if you would, to introduce us to the members of your band, finishing with your husband. So go around that way.
Absolutely.
That'll provide a nice segue
So,
into the next segment.
Yeah. So behind me over here, we've got Tim Yaney. And Tim joined our band a while ago. Lord, it's been a couple years. It feels like forever. Too long. And a lot of the ballad type songs, like Million Miles, I wrote with Tim. And I love singing with Tim. He's one of the best guitar players and writers I've worked with. So I love Tim. Everybody give it up for Tim. Yeah.
Hey, Tim.
And then back here we got Drew Phillips on bass. You know, Drew, I'm actually going to say I'm going to lump Drew and Dan together because they were a part of a band that a while back that I really, really respected and loved. And I was so excited when they wanted to do this project with me. And they are just some of the most incredible musicians you'll meet. So yeah, we got Drew and we got Dan on drums.
Dan's back there on drums.
Dan's back there on drums. And then we've got Ben over here on keys, making the awesome saloony piano sounds. Man, I love it. Yeah, Ben rocks. So
Okay, and then there's one more person. We've talked about him a little bit this evening, and he's talked some.
let's talk about him some
What
more.
would you like to say about
You
your
can talk as
husband?
much about me as you want.
So Chris is playing guitar over here, and yeah, he is the husband of Jamie. Yeah, Chris, there are some hazards associated with doing something like this with a best friend, much less a spouse. Have you two encountered any of those hazards?
No,
And
never.
no. Okay. Well, I mean, you guys were not afraid to be real a few minutes ago.
Absolutely.
No, other than the closet space issue we have with all her show outfits. No, I think if you work with anybody closely enough, especially if you're married, you might encounter some stuff occasionally. But we pride ourselves on being able to work through all that stuff, and we have pretty open communication, and
Yeah.
you got to. So we're still learning. We've been married 11 years now,
Yes.
10 years, almost 11, and we're still figuring it out. So
Yeah. Right.
we're
Well,
always
good.
figuring it out.
It's one of
It's-
those things where, we talked about, Dolly and Loretta kind of inspiring a lot of my lyrics, especially. And one thing that I've always respected about them is that they speak the truth. So if they're going through something, they're always going to write about it. They're going to write what they know, and they're going to write what's raw and honest. And so for us, yes, there have been some awkward times where, we'll have something that we're going through in our marriage or whatever, and he's been really great about, letting me express that in our music. And I feel like sometimes it could make for some really awkward band rehearsals and writing sessions. Like, this is called I Don't Feel Like Loving You right now. But for the most part, I think we both kind of agreed early on that it was important to sing about those things, because that's not how we always feel about each other, but that is something that so many couples go through, that they need a place to kind of have a soft place to fall and a song they can relate to. So yeah.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
that's how we
yeah,
kinda
so
make it work.
yeah, the challenge for you, right, to write personal songs when you're personally involved with somebody in the band.
Yes.
We all learned a lot from Fleetwood Mac.
Absolutely. And yes, one of my favorite bands of all time. And yeah, that's absolutely the truth.
I told her she had to slow down on writing all the songs about her hot guitar player husband.
Right.
So we're putting those in a back
So
burner for
Boyinaband
now.
will always be in the
Other
set.
subject
So
matter.
no matter
Sure.
how many depressing songs there are, there's that one.
Yeah.
That's like for him. I think for me, honestly, as far as kind of keeping with personal life and professional life,
Yeah.
the craziest thing that I feel like I've dealt with over the past year has been our daughter, because our daughter, you're writing these songs and you're like, oh, I'm a cool country chick, I'm gonna go out and drink my whiskey and whatever, until your daughter is in kindergarten and she's like, hey, mommy, are you drinking whiskey right now? And then, when your 6-year-old is singing your lyrics back to you, it makes you look at them in a very different light. So there have been some songs that I feel like I have been a little censored on, because there are some things I want to say that I don't want her singing to her friends at school.
Yeah,
So
understood.
it makes me think about my writing differently as well. Just, kind of writing more hopeful songs and less, burn your house down songs.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you do feel then that do you feel that over the course of time since you've had a child that there's been a shift in the way you think about lyrics and just the topics that you choose
Absolutely,
to write about? Yeah.
because I look at the women who influenced me, music in general that influenced me, and I think about how I grew hearing some of those songs, and I want to be that for another girl that's kind of growing up and getting into those emotions and those situations in life. And if it's not just my daughter, but others, I want to give them a soft place to fall.
Very nice. I wouldn't mind just bouncing around the band a little bit. Tim, you're doing such a nice job over there on guitar, and you also there's a lot of nice axes up here on the stage tonight. You have a couple over there. Tim, tell us about what you're playing over there, and do you collect guitars?
I would love to, but I'm
As
also
much
married.
as his wife will let him.
Oh, I
Love
see.
you,
Oh, I
Erica.
got you. Okay. Oh,
I'm working on it. The main guitar one I'm playing with Jamie is just a Taylor 414, and it was actually my wife's wedding gift to me.
oh.
So I'm not allowed to get rid of it. Not that I want to. Let's just
wait.
clarify that.
You want to rephrase that somehow?
But, right, yes, but it's not going anywhere. And I also
You can't.
this is why
You
you don't
can't
put
shake
mics
that
on my
one.
face. Good save. Yeah, it's not like she's watching right now. And then the other guitar is it's an old Gibson J45,
Yeah.
which my grandpa bought back in the early 70s.
Oh,
So
wow, all right.
He was the original owner, and then when I was 12, he gave it to me, and I didn't know what it was then, so it's pretty beat up now. Sorry, Grandpa. But it's featured on a bunch of the recordings, and it just I haven't been able to not bring it out because it's too sad sounding. So on a lot of we write depressing songs
We
when it's
really
just me
do.
and Jamie playing. So it's featured on a lot of that
I'm a
on the
sucker for a sad
recordings.
song.
Yeah.
Well, this is for you and Chris. Is there a guitar shop up there for our listeners who are traveling up your way? Is there a guitar shop where they must stop up in your area?
In our location, I mean, I think you've got your standard Guitar Center, and you've got Absolute Music in Fairborn, Howard. But I recommend checking out. Like, I just got this Teton acoustic a few weeks ago in Anaheim, California, and I love it. And it's cool because it has a little beveled edge right here,
Yeah,
Like,
well,
zoom
right.
in
One
on
of
that.
our
Yeah.
staff was noticing
So when you're
that
sitting
over
here,
there.
it doesn't because after you play a while, sometimes it can hurt. You can dig into when it's a regular sharp
Yeah,
edge.
right.
So this is nice and soft and comfy.
Yeah, that's very, very sweet.
Yeah, I like it. And I'll play a couple Reverend Electrics. I love Reverend guitars. They're based out of Toledo, Ohio, and their stuff's priced for people that actually play. And,
For people who actually play music for a living.
Yes, yes. And they're all consistent and play amazing, and so no complaints. So
Yeah, they're beautiful, beautiful instruments.
yeah, thanks.
And it was cool to hear about that. Hey, back to you, Tim. It says in my program notes here, it says that you were on America's Funniest People as a kid. Is there a story to tell there? Tim?
It's mostly my dad. I can't take any credit on that. He
Wait a minute, your dad was on the program, or were you on the program? Is this fake?
Well, he
We
So-
just actually stole his notes and we just started writing random false things.
Right.
So
So-
really sorry.
So when we were kids, so I've got an older sister. When we were kids, my dad would just make all these funny videos just for fun. Like
Oh.
that was his thing to do in his free time, as well as professional video for other stuff. So he had what somebody reminded me the other day was it's called the video toaster, which was like the thing to have for editing video back in the day. So he had fun.
Oh.
He had fun with that, and so the video after multiple entries to the show and being on it a few times, just the video, we actually were flown out for how to scare your friends. And so he just did a video. So I was literally on the show for 2 seconds. He said, "Hey, kids, you want to know how to scare your friends?" Me and my sister pop up and we go, "Yeah." and then we disappear, and that was it. But because we were in the video, we also got paid. They paid for all of us to fly out to California and for the filming of it. And so that was kind of a cool experience. So that was when Dave Coulier and whatever Tawny Katane was were the hosts. And so from back then, I have an 8x10 black and white sign from both of them. So fast forward to last summer, we got to drive out to California and back. And so Dave Coulier rode with us on the front dash
Well,
the entire
come
way
on.
there. Only to my dismay, we found out that the year before Dave moved back to Michigan, where he was originally from, so he wasn't even out there to see.
Well, that's a very funny story. I was kind of hoping that you hadn't been one of the kids on America's Funniest People. It seems like all those kids would have brain damage or something. It seems like every time you see a kid on those programs,
Well,
they're
yeah,
always slamming their head on something. Or
We have plenty of other videos that my dad swore that in this day and age, child services would probably be called. I mean, like nothing terrible, but yeah.
And
We had an interesting upbringing.
so
That's why we're all musicians.
I'm kind of interested to know you all are making such great music, and I was wondering, do you feel like you have some sense of the audience that you're reaching, Jamie, with your music?
I honestly don't. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I guess that would be probably a better question for Chris.
Well, as soon as we feel like we have, maybe a stereotypical country audience reach, we'll have kids come up to her that, have really like 6, 7, 8-year-old kids that really love the music. So I don't know. Don't worry too much about that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good that you don't do that. But, I mean, you're busy like making music and raising children and doing other things.
Yeah, whoever we like, I guess we try to probably write music that we'd like to play, and hopefully other people like it too.
And our sound, I feel like, has evolved and changed so much over the last few years because, Chris is traditionally a rock guy. And so he brings a lot of that, that rock and roll influence to my sound. Where if it was just me, I mean, it would be just Tim and I sitting in a coffee shop writing depressing songs all the time.
Yeah.
But I also grew up with Fleetwood Mac and ZZ Top and a lot of those amazing 70s, 80s.
You had
rock
some of your
bands.
earlier things. Now, I didn't do a comprehensive listen to stuff today, but it seemed that there was some of your earlier stuff sounded more sort of conventional country. If
Right.
that's not insulting or anything bothersome for me to say that. It just sounded to me like you were sort of drawing upon from some of that.
It was definitely had more even like a pop or rock feel to some of our full length album had a lot of that in there. The stuff that we're writing now, I've actually been writing several of the new songs that are coming out. I've been writing with Drew back here. He's hiding back here behind this beautiful
Drew.
bass. But I've been writing a lot with him, and I feel like it's more of the, I guess, like grassroots kind of feel to some of the newer stuff, which is more my bread and butter.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have a song coming up called, what's the clever name? Oh, Cash, Jack, and Jesus.
Amen.
That doesn't sound like conventional country in any way.
Yeah, right. You know, that was one of those songs where I said, you know, I was trying to figure out how to introduce myself as an artist and introduce the band to everyone. And, you know, I'm a Kentucky girl. I was raised to love Jesus, Johnny Cash, and Jack Daniels. And that's me in a nutshell.
Well, welcome back to Kentucky. It's great. It's been great to have you here. Great to meet all of you, and we so appreciated your music tonight. Thanks a lot for your time and for the travel, and we're looking forward to some more tunes. Let's get them back, folks. Jamie Suttle and her band.
Born and raised with a Bible in my hand, Nashville was closer than the heaven's promised land. Though I like drinking whiskey with a guitar picking man, I know the good Lord, He loves me for exactly who I am. I can't heal no sickness, I can't make a blind man see. If you hear what I'm singing, man, it might just set you free. You can pray Sunday morning like a Christian not to be. Just don't judge lowly sinners having Friday drinks with me. Little bit of Cash and Jack and Jesus. Sing it out if you're with me, I'll say. A little bit of Cash and Jack and Jesus. Heaven help me, I like it that way. Now Johnny, he had demons, but he always sang the truth. Gave in to temptation just the same as me and you. Heals without sin, cast the verse, dirty look at me. I never said I'm perfect, and I don't pretend to be. Little bit of Cash and Jack and Jesus. Sing it out if you're with me, I'll say. A little bit of Cash and Jack and Jesus. Heaven help me, I like it that way. I'm a little bit of Cash and Jack and Jesus. Sing it out if you're with me, I'll say. A little bit of Cash and Jack and Jesus. Heaven help me, I like it that way. Ben Pryor, y'all.
Thank you. Now, if y'all like that song, or if you relate to it, we do have t-shirts that have that all over it. You know, I'm a smart girl. I know what speaks to the people. So this next song is this is one of our upcoming singles that's about to come out here soon. It's called Marlboro Man.
Cowboy charm and a cigarette grin, dark brown eyes and sun-kissed skin. smoke in his hair. Hey, pretty girl, wanna go somewhere? Yeah, 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 yeah. Run as fast as you can. Oh, you're on sinking sand. Never gonna understand. Love ain't always what we plan. Giving your hand to Marble Man. Wedding bells ringing and a little girl later. She could see through the lies like filtered paper. Need to run and smoke in his hair. Hey, pretty girl, gotta go somewhere. Yeah, 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 yeah. Run as fast as you can. Oh, you're on sinking sand. Never gonna understand. Love ain't always what we plan. Giving your hand to a Marble Man. Here he comes and there he goes, trading love for the open road. Like a ghost he will roam. She give her soul to keep him home, but you can't hold smoke. Yeah, 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 yeah. Run as fast as you can. You're on sinking sand. Never gonna understand. Love ain't always what we plan. Giving your hand to a Marble Man. Giving your hand to Marble Man.
Thank you. Now, this next song is one of those that, like I said, I kind of was on the fence about whether or not I was going to release this. I did it anyway, but really it was Chris's idea. At least I'm going to blame him when our child starts singing this. This is a song called Pissed Off and Reckless.
If I had the money, I'd call up my friends and fly to the West Coast, find suntans and sin. But I run up my credit and I lie to myself, 'cause I've hit rock bottom, but my liquor's top shelf. Some call me the devil, some call me a saint. Guess I'll be stuck in the middle somewhere between heaven and hell. I'm pissed off and reckless, but I swear I'm okay. Bring the whiskey, you bring your radio. Or we could drown out the night with some country and rock and roll. Some call me the devil, some call me a saint. I've been reckless, but I swear I'm okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Red Barn for having us.
To thank Jamie Suttle and her band for being with us this evening. We also thank our volunteers for their help with our production each week. We give a very special thanks to Nick Lazaroff for his production photography. Thank you all for listening to our webcast and on Facebook and YouTube Live, and those listening to us on the Red Barn network of stations. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR, for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live Kentucky music from Red Barn Radio on WEKU. We also thank the members of our studio audience for supporting the mission of Red Barn Radio, which strives to present, promote, and preserve the rich traditional music and artists of this Kentucky region and share the treasure with the world. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests in our program. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. Tickets for Red Barn Radio are now available at eventbrite.com Lexington. And now next week, Red Barn Radio welcomes Lydia Mercer. Lydia is a young, versatile musician whose life has been driven by a love for both classical and folk music, primarily influenced by the fiddle tradition of Scotland. She's attended Scottish fiddle festivals, performed, and competed in Scotland and across the U.S. In 2008, she became, get this, the U.S. National Scottish Fiddle Champion. And in 2010, she released a solo album of traditional and original Scottish music. That's Lydia Mercer and her band next week at 7 p.m. here on the Red Barn stage. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to hearing another tune from this great band. Welcome them back, folks.
Thank you guys so much. We got one more for you. This is a love song.
Roses are red till they're dead and get tossed in the trash. Well, someone tell Cupid to break his pink arrow in half. I gave my heart a time or two, and every time it's black and blue. I'm getting too old for this. Mr. Right now takes a bow, guess he ain't Mr. Right. He can't seem to find himself or a mirror that he doesn't like. I came here to the bar tonight to bring my broken heart to life. I'm getting too old for this. One was a fighter and one was a liar, and one never loved me at all. Here's to the one that I get drunk and call. Oh, pour me a shot for my love, line 'em up till I'm happy again. I don't wanna think, so I drank away all of my sins and stupid men. Hit the hanger hanging on and put it in a country song. I think it's time for a change. I really do feel like it's time for a change, because we spend a lot of time singing about, you know, our broken hearts and men who've done us wrong, ladies.
And I think it's time to start singing about the women who treat us right. So here's to my granny who taught me the bad from the good. Amen. One for my mama who raised me the best as she could. To all the girls that treat you right, like Julie with the cold Bud Light, we're looking real good tonight. That's right. Here's to the fighters, the badass survivors, paving the way for us all. Here's to my friends that I get drunk and call. Pour me a shot for them all. Hey there, bartender, if you see me drinking Patron, take my phone. Me and Jack Daniels are dancing on tables alone. I should go home. I gave my heart a time or two. Every time it's black and blue. I'm getting too old for this. 'Cause one was a fighter and one was a liar. One never loved me at all. Here's to my friends that I get drunk and call. You know who you are. Oh, pour me a shot for them all. Pour me a shot for them all. Pour me a shot for them all. Thank you so much.
Jamie Suttle.
Thank you.
Nice show. Thanks. Well, folks, that's all of Red Barn Radio for this week from Lexington, Kentucky. You can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide as we stream live on the web on Facebook and YouTube, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. Our program is also available on the WEKU app. Check out Red Barn Radio on demand. And now from all of us to all of our friends worldwide, it's our hope that you have a fine week and join us next time for another evening of great Kentucky music on Red Barn Radio. Good night.